Good morning. Welcome to these videos where you start your day in a conscious way, continue that through your day, really learning to be live more consciously. And that includes what you eat too. So paying attention to that, how you are feeling. Let's get started on some cards. And then I have a reading from Parallel Universes of Self. First of all, what I want to say is I am on a plane tomorrow morning. When you're watching this, the same date, that's that date. I do this the night before. So I'm heading to visit family and friends for Thanksgiving in Canada. Our Thanksgiving is this weekend, all right? It's in October. So I'm going 5 days. Now, I'm not bringing my computer. Not at all. I'm bringing my dog, though. So that's a lot. But I just have my phone. So I'm not sure if I will be doing many videos, but I want to do still a couple, but there won't be one the day after today. So let's get going today. And let's get started. I drew all the cards from my Akashic Tarot deck. And the first card is the Seven of Forces, and this one is called Balance. And this is about, of course, balance. But what's calling you to balance, right? What do you call to balance more of? We know because there's usually one end or more areas of our life that's out of balance, right? For me right now, I know as I really want to work on doing more meditation, but I have such a hard time sitting still. Learning the Akashic Records to go into the Akashic Records. So do more Akashic Records reading. That's what I'm learning myself, and that takes a discipline. And so sometimes when things take discipline and we're not used to doing those things, like if someone's trying to go to the gym, right? Then it's like we tend to avoid it because that seems like a huge thing, right? It's like, oh my God, I'm not used to doing that. It takes up time. I don't really have time. But if we choose to have that as part of our life, which usually it's often something for the better that would better us, right? Then it does take that time. And so you just got to realize, okay, well, life isn't always in perfect balance. And that's another thing. Don't expect it to be, because it can't. We're just talking in general. Sometimes there's one area, let's say if someone works long hours and all the time, and so their relationships or romantic relationships, friend relationships, and their food is just no good because they just spend their whole time working. That's what we're talking about. But there's also things like, for me, I am being called to do this. I want to do more of this, right? Whereas I do so much doing, activity, getting out, doing this, and avoiding because I love to just do. I'm very active. So that is where I'm a little out of balance. I'm not enough in the just sitting and being and really listening to what comes through and really practicing certain techniques. So this is calling you what needs to be more in balance in your life. And then birth, the theme, birth, and then we have two worlds. In between two worlds, this kind of means birth. Birthing something new, which we know this is the theme of the whole world right now. We are birthing something new. This is the end of one timeline, the beginning of another, the beginning of the age of Aquarius. I mean, oh my God, this is huge changes that the earth's going through, our body's going through, our emotional state is going through, our energetic bodies are going through so much. And this is so much about birth. When things, like we talked about yesterday, I mean, it just comes up all the time. Things we need to let go, right? We need to let go of some things to allow other things. We also need to change, right? To change, like we're talking about, what are you going to change, right? We need to make those changes so that we end up changing our life. So many times we want to change our lives, but we don't really want to make the changes. And I'm guilty of that too. And so then we wonder, oh my God, I just wish things would change. Well, you got to change things, right? Don't expect other people to change so that your life gets better. You are the one who's responsible. It's all up to you. You are the one who births a new you, which, yes, when you do birth a new life, think about all the things you want to change yourself, whatever. It's just like, I'm now desiring this because growth and evolution, we change naturally. We don't always want the same things forever and ever. So then that requires saying goodbye to some things and some people, and that could be really hard. It could be jobs, could be where you live, could be any of those things, and that can be hard. But don't give up birthing something new that could be wonderful because you're still trying to hold on too much to the past, right? Two worlds. I love this card because it could be, you're kind of stuck in between two worlds, the past and the future, or a past where you are now, where it's like, oh my God, this life doesn't feel right for me anymore. This relationship or this marriage or this job, whatever. I know what I want, but you're working towards something, but you're not there and you're still in the past. That's kind of like stuck in between. This is also talking about conflict in your life, in between what your outer world requires of you and how your own spirit directs you. I love this. What your outer world requires of you or expects of you, and what your spirit is calling you to do and directing you to do. This is a big one. Sometimes as women, especially our age, it's like, well, we should be doing this. We should own a home. We should own this. We shouldn't just fly off and change our life and move to a new country, anything, right? Like there's kind of all these things that we think we are expected to do and other people do. And they're kind of like looking at, a little judgy, right? If you do something different. But we got to let that go, because if your spirit, your soul is calling you to a new passion, to a new city, to a new country, to a new job, to a new relationship, whatever it is, you're going to have that conflict within. And that's not going to feel good. And you're not going to experience your life in the best when you are fighting with that every day. And for one, if you're not going for what you want, you're going to feel flat, bored, uninspired, and get resentful. You don't want to live like that. So what is your heart and soul calling you to do? And if there is something, are you denying it because of fear of something, or what other people expect, or what you think society expects of you, or what you think you should be doing because of your age or your status, whatever? It is time to change that. It is time for us to not have to live by the programming and conditioning anymore, and really choose a life that feels really good to you now. All right, parallel universes of self. What we're talking about here, and this is kind of what we're talking about. You can attract anything you want if you know how to align your vibration to that. Law of attraction is not about, oh, I should have had my water. Getting it, deserving it, working for it, but finding emotional and energetic alignment with it by looking at it, remembering it, thinking about it, writing about it, and identifying with it. We've talked about this. So if you are being called to something else and you really want it and you really desire to it, but your thoughts, your actions, your habits, your beliefs, the people around you are still in that old reality kind of, then you won't be able to change to the new one or attract what you want. That's different, because you're still choosing the past. You're still choosing the old. So we got to choose the new. That's really what it's about. So we got to say, okay, I may have thought these thoughts before and said these things and done these things and hang around with these people and had this job, whatever it is, right? But I'm now choosing something different in my future, and that requires me to be different. So you change your identity. I am now the person who. What's your new identity? And even though it feels like, well, that's not me yet, you can say, I'm now choosing to become. I'm now choosing to evolve into. I'm now choosing to take steps towards. See, that sounds so much more powerful, right? I am now choosing to. So remember that, because what you want is different than where you are, right? So you can't stay where you are and have something different. Especially if it is like a different level, when you are thinking thoughts of I'm not worthy, or those are low on the vibrational scale. When you are like, oh, I want abundance, joy, an amazing relationship, a perfect job, life of fulfillment and love, that's up here. If you just continue to go along in the same, you see, they're never going to meet. They're going to pass each other. But if you raise, you will meet it. That's kind of like how it works. Then you become it. You become on the same vibrational level, the same frequency level. You see it. those opportunities come to you because those opportunities now see you. You're on the same level. That is kind of how it works. So good reminder, good reminder. Okay, our little blessing today is about peace. I love that. So practice your breath. Inhale, bringing in the new, the vibrant, the whatever type of energy you want to now have inside of you, and be a part of inhaling that with your intention. Inhale deeply with your nose. Exhale, release and relax and let go of what's not serving you. Let it go. Do a few breaths like that. As you exhale, feel your shoulders drop and relax. Close your eyes, hand on your heart. Inhale this new, vibrant, beautiful, loving energy. As you exhale, clean and clear. Just let it go. Anything that doesn't serve you, right down to the center of the earth and drop it. All right. Divine healing intelligence. I call on the blue ray of peace and tranquility. Please bathe me in your healing light of serenity, calm, and stillness. Soothe all irritation and anger in my consciousness and transform it into enthusiasm, balance, and passion for life. Allow me to find freedom in the stillness of my mind. Help me appreciate my life and grow more dynamic and vibrant and energetic. Thank you. And then you are, of course, going to imagine this and say, clear, clear, clear. You're bringing in that beautiful energy of peace and love. And as you exhale, clear, clear, clear. Let go of what doesn't serve you, that isn't in alignment anymore, that isn't in the frequency you want to be in. All right, go about and have an absolutely amazing day. Not sure when I'll see you again, but hopefully in a couple days. All right. Bye.